Good morning, guys. Apologies for the lack of vlog yesterday. I actually started recording something and then I got really, really tired and slept for 2 hours. But so I was like, I'm just tired. I don't really want to put this up, so I didn't. That's the gist of it. But I mean, I didn't sleep till 3 last night, so maybe that nap was a bad thing. But I kind of wanted to come on here and talk about something today that is happy. That is, if you can tell by the title of this video, that is a good thing. And I will say that by saying that there's a little horse down there named Maddie. You'll see her probably tomorrow. She was born last year, so she's a yearling now. She's a year old. And side note, very quick side note. If you guys saw the vlog I posted of the new baby horse that was just born a couple weeks ago, I could not get close to it because Snowball, its mother, absolutely hates me and has for 4 years. I figured out the trick last night. I brought her 2 sugar cubes. She ate the sugar cubes, and then last night I was able to pet the baby. So I bribed the mother, but I finally petted the baby. There was Maddie. She's the yearling buckskin. And sorry, quick interruption. She's the yearling buckskin that was born last year. That was actually the foal that I could not get near. She's named Maddie because her dad was named Matt. Her mom was Star. Matt's still there. Star is not. But anyway, so I couldn't get close to her. She was super shy. She was just a skittish little thing, and it didn't matter that much to me. Like, it was a little bit like seeing it as a challenge, wanting to get close to her, but I was hanging out with Blondie most of the time. So it didn't matter. And as you guys know, in January, everything was normal, same stuff. And then I came back in March of this year, and I found out, unfortunately, that Blondie had passed away from a freak pasture accident pretty similar to Blaze, where we don't really know what happened, but when a horse breaks a leg, there's not much you can do. And I was there for Blaze. I wasn't there when it happened to Blondie, which I'm kind of thankful about. My last memory of her is just, saying see you later. But so at that time, back then, when I learned that Blondie had passed away, it was really, really hard for me. We also lost Fancy this year, and Biscuit. Biscuit was also a pasture accident, but he doesn't know what happened to Biscuit. He just found her lying dead in the field one day. And Fancy was just old age. She was like almost 30. And it was a different kind of thing because, at least in Fancy's case, we kind of knew that, time was running out with her. And I was never that close to her. And then Biscuit, it hurt. It definitely hurt. Because she was just the sweetest little thing. But I didn't know her very long. And I had spent most of my time with Blondie. So it hurt, but it wasn't the same. Just like when we lost Blaze, it hurt. That was a couple years ago. But it wasn't the same. Or when some of the horses got sold, it wasn't the same as losing Blondie. Blondie was my heart horse. She was the horse that was mine. Everybody called her mine. And I was the one that taught her how to lead. I was the one that taught her all the basic ground manners, picking up hooves, leading, grooming, all that kind of thing. She never got broke. It didn't really matter to me. I had this dream of one day riding her, but if it never happened, I was okay with that. If you don't know the background on Blondie, she was, when I first started going down there in 2016, she didn't really trust anybody, and she was known for being a kicker. And this was my stupid side coming out, but the first reason I was attracted to her was, not attracted, that sounds bad. You know what I mean? The first reason I gravitated towards her was because she was a Palomino, and I love Palominos. So it was kind of a stupid reason. But she trusted me, I trusted her, and we just hit it off. And from 2016 till current date, she was my horse. And so after I lost her, I felt very lost. I had this actually fleeting thoughts of just giving up on the horses completely. I was like, I don't want to do that, but I'm not sure how to move forward with this. So during that time period of last March through the beginning of April, I just picked a horse and stuck with it. So I started gravitating towards Matt and Maddie. And Maddie's kind of in a separate pasture by herself. She's next to the other horses, but she's in the smaller paddock. And so I just started gravitating towards her, just spending time with her. And she didn't really trust me still. She was still that shy foal. She always was. And but over that period of March to April, after spending so much time with her, there was one night, pretty soon before I left, where it was almost like that moment with Blondie, where it just clicked, and she started following me around, and she trusted me. And I say this, I want to put out that no horse will ever be the same as Blondie. No horse will ever have the same spot in my heart that Blondie did. That spot will always be hers, and she will always be my first horse. But when I came back this time, before I left, it was really hard for me, and I posted about that, even though my stupid thing didn't post, that I didn't have Blondie waiting for me, because last time I found out after the fact, and I'm not sure which one is worse, and I'm still not, but this was the first time I knew that she was not going to be there. And like, okay, I'm just going to go back to Maddie. And I wasn't sure if she was going to remember me, because she's younger, and we only had a couple of days where we were kind of, clicked before I left. But when I came back, she walked right up to me. She trusted me. And it was just this really cool feeling. And, also with the little new baby there, was really, really cute, made me really, really happy. And, but it's this difference between the new baby's adorable and I want to pet it and I want to squeeze it and I want to, it's really, really cute. And then there's Maddie, where I feel like I'm forming another connection. Diamond, Matt, and Frank have been there since the beginning of when I was there. Snowball and Brown Beauty are about 4 years. So I have a relationship, a connection with those as well, but it wasn't the same. And I'm starting to feel that more of a special pull with Maddie as well. So I say all of that background to say that I realized it last night, because Maddie, you have horses, the whole nightmare that is the birds. And she's shedding out her winter coat. So she had burrs stuck in her winter coat that was shedding out, and also her mane. I have to work on her mane tonight, because I couldn't get into the tack room last night. It was locked, so I need to get into there tonight to do her mane. But so I actually used the cap brush as a makeshift curry comb, and it worked. So I was just pulling out burrs and currying, and for about 2 hours, actually, because I had to be very careful with the burrs. I didn't want to hurt her or pull out more hair than was necessary. So it took me about 2 hours, giving her little breaks here and there to get everything done. And then I just curried her over for a little while. And I realized as I was doing that I wasn't even thinking about Blondie. I wasn't wanting to be anywhere than where I was in that moment. Because there was moments before where I'd be with another horse, but I wished that it was Blondie. And in that moment, for those 2 hours, it was just thankful for what was in front of me, and really happy to be spending time with Maddie, and just seeing this as a new start. And it's not a replacement, and it never will be, but it's a new start, because now I have Maddie in front of me, and she's a year old, and now I'm teaching her grooming, because for some reason, just like Blondie, I can't explain that one, she's a little bit shy around the guy. Like, not as bad as Blondie, because Blondie was for when he first got her, but she's a little bit shy around other people, and unlike all the other horses that obviously prefer him over me. And she gravitated towards me, and now I get to be the one to teach her the basics of grooming and picking up her feet and leading. And it's just, I realized last night as I was doing this that I was healing, and Maddie was helping me get through the loss of Blondie. And now I realized this morning when I woke up, and I am so excited to go down there at 4:30 because the lightning is at 6. That I'm so excited to go see Maddie. And it's just, I'm thankful. Somehow I end up with the unlikely pairs. I ended up gravitating towards the horse that kicked everybody. And now I ended up gravitating toward the really spooky shy foal, or yearling now. The unlikeliest of pairs. The horse that wouldn't even let me get near it for the first 6 months of its life. It just ends up like that sometimes. So I'm going to drink my coffee that's probably cold by now. And yeah, I'm just really thankful. Just really thankful for the fresh start.